Ross, we need to talk about tax, but I also need to ask you about the Paradise Papers. You're certainly in the papers quite a lot today. You've retained investments in a shipping firm that has business ties to the son-in-law of the Russian president, but also an oligarch under sanction. With hindsight, should you have divested this stake?
Well, first of all, let me correct what you just said. We have no business ties to those Russian individuals who are under sanction. Prior to my joining the board of Navigator, they entered into some charter arrangements with Cybor, which is a big Russian hydrocarbon company. I had nothing to do with the negotiations, never met the people under sanction. Cybor never has been under sanction, so there's nothing whatsoever wrong with Navigator having a deal with them. Second, as to the disclosure, much has been made that it wasn't disclosed. It was in 3 places on my Form 278, which is public document. At place 10.14.1.3, 10.15.1.3, and 24.1.4.2, as well as on the Office of Government Ethics website, public website. The symbol is OGE.gov.
Okay, it couldn't be more clear. But with hindsight, again, there are allegations about ethics, about creating a conflict of interest. Do you think you should have divested this?
Well, there is no conflict of interest. We don't regulate shipping, and that's why the OGE let me retain shipping interests.
Would you welcome an investigation into this?
Investigate what?
But is there not an ethical question that needs to be raised? You've done nothing illegal, right? And that's very clear.
Nothing illegal, nothing even improper at all. The OGE came to an independent decision. Plus, before I meet with any corporate party, the OGE clears, A, that I can meet, and B, the extent to which I can participate in conversations. I have never sought a waiver from any of those strictures.
So, Secretary, you're keeping the stake?
I didn't say that. That's a different question. You're saying, was there anything improper? There's nothing improper either in the way we've handled meetings or in the investment itself.
Will you keep the stake?
Probably not. I have been actually selling it anyway, but that isn't because of this.
Talk to me a little bit about your upcoming trip to China. What is the president's stance on dealing with China when it comes to tariffs and steel?
Well, we are hoping for some specific deliverables. I'm leading a trade mission of some 29 U.S. companies over there, and we hope to come away with some very tangible and hopefully large deals for them.
What are you doing in London? Are you talking trade in post-Brexit?
Yeah, London is several different things. I spoke to the Trilateral Commission, speaking to the BCI, doing all kinds of things, as well as meeting with various government officials. And I went to the Balfour Centennial Dinner. Okay.
Secretary, if there is a Brexit that actually really rips out the UK out of the EU, how quickly can the US have a trade agreement with the UK?
Well, it should go pretty fast because while we can't negotiate right now, that's forbidden under EC rules, we do have a working group that met in July in Washington, is meeting next week here in London. So they're kind of scoping things out and going as far as they can without violating the EU regulation to make preparation.
Will you also talk with the opposition Labour Party in case there's a change of people in charge?
I think we'll be talking with whoever is the government.
Mr. Ross, one very last question. When you look about trade, we're expecting the status of the 232 investigation into imports of steel and aluminium. When will we get that?
Well, as the President has indicated, that will be sometime after the tax legislation is dealt with.
So that should be, when do you expect tax to be wrapped up?
Hopefully pretty soon.
So before Christmas.
We think it would be a wonderful Christmas present for the American business and consumer to get a tax reduction, so we hope so.